This playlist is focused on conducting semi-structured interviews. It raises an obvious question then. Why should you use semi-structured interviews for your project? This type of interview certainly has a lot of strengths. It's very flexible. It balances being targeted with being open. But the choice of any method really should depend on the people you hope to engage with it. In this video, I'm going to talk about why we chose semi-structured interviews for our sample research project. For our example project, we wanted to determine the processes for transitioning young adults with diabetes into adult care in Newfoundland. At the start of this project, none of the written material we identified described how these transitions were occurring, whether the transition experience was the same in each region, or even if there were clear processes in place for patients to follow. It was also evident that no one person knew how the processes worked in each region of the province. We recognized that we needed multiple perspectives to develop an adequate understanding of these processes. We decided to engage healthcare providers as one data source to address our research objectives. The choice we faced was whether to engage these providers by interviews or surveys. Although surveys certainly offer some advantages, they also require knowing in advance what you want to find out. At the start of our project, we lacked sufficient knowledge to confidently know everything we needed to ask. We also thought surveys would likely not give us the level of detail needed to develop a comprehensive understanding of these transition processes. Meeting with people and hearing what they had to say, and then having the opportunity to get further clarification or more details, seemed appropriate given what we hoped to learn. We were hoping to engage with healthcare providers. As with other professionals, we usually had limited time to engage with these providers. We tried to limit the time required for interviews to an hour meeting held during the workday. A 1-hour scheduled discussion likely fit also with the expectations of participants. Because of the time constraint, we needed to ensure the main issues were covered during the interview. Having many of the questions set in advance allowed us both to be more focused and gauge the likely interview length more accurately. There were also practical considerations that suited our choice of semi-structured interviews. We expected only to have a relatively small population of healthcare providers to interview, which made the added time needed to organize and conduct semi-structured interviews a viable option for our project. The selection of a research method is also influenced by the previous experience of the researchers. As a researcher, I was quite comfortable using semi-structured interviews, having successfully used them for many studies before, including with healthcare providers. Overall, there are multiple considerations and factors which led us to choose semi-structured interviews to engage with healthcare providers in our study. Given the flexibility of semi-structured interviews and their applicability to a wide range of research projects, it's not surprising that we had a number of factors which led us to select this research method. Some of these considerations are also likely applicable to you if you're planning a similar project. In the next video, I'll discuss how you identify the specific people with whom to conduct your semi-structured interviews. Thanks for watching.